Good morning, students. This is the document which is relating to day before exam strategy of income tax paper. Okay, this document is exclusively relating to income tax paper, not related to GST. Okay, so this document is very much helpful to those students who want to write taxation exam, CA intermediate level. One of the important point while preparing this document, based on the valuable instructions and suggestions made by our academic director Prakash sir, he spent a lot of time while preparing this document so as to reach this document to more number of students and more helpful to the student. Thanks to him. Next very important point, the available time is very less for preparation of taxation subject. Around 45 hours is available for preparation of income tax, taxation subject, but out of which 20 hours deducted for other activities, example sleeping. So therefore the effective available hours are only 25 hours, out of which 17 hours better to allocate to income tax subject for preparation of income tax subject. The balance 8 hours is better to allocate for GST. So as per my opinion, so of course you are free to change this based on your capacity. Okay. So, and one more important, how to utilize that available time for income tax preparation of 17 hours. I will give you the instructions how to utilize the available 17 hours while preparing it. This document contains complete details about utilization of available time for preparation of tax. Okay. So next important point. So many of students are having some doubts about the theory part. Is it required to prepare theory part in examination? So many of students are having doubts about theory related part in income tax subject. But so I will give you the information about income tax paper contains only one theory question. That is last question of income tax paper, contains total 8 marks. 8 marks is separated as 4 plus 4 marks, out of which 4 marks relating to theory, remaining 4 marks relating to problematic. Therefore, the income tax paper contains only one theory question. The weightage of such question is 4 marks. So it is better to ignore the preparation of the time consuming. Okay, so that is the first point, very important. One single question for 4 marks is being asked in the last question of the question. Even for that question, internal choices, because the question contains total 8 marks, out of which 4 marks plus 4 marks. You can write any question 4 marks. So 4 marks is it. So don't spend much time for preparation TD part. Okay, as per my suggestion. The next point is very important. If you want to read the theory question separately, if you want to spend some time for preparation of theory, then you can prepare only selected chapters. Concentrate on only some selected chapters like return of income, TDSTC, introduction, advanced tax. Okay, so as per my opinion, 90% of the theory question from return of income. Don't neglect the return of income in theory point. So if you don't have much time for preparation of theory, then you can prepare at least return of income. There may be a possibility, 90% possibility, so of theory question from return of income chapter. Okay, if you have sufficient time to prepare other, then go to other chapters. First prepare return of income for theory point. So important instructions: compulsory helpful to the students. Next one, allocation of, here the total availability of time for income tax 17. Now my suggestion, it is better to prepare first latest MTPs, latest RTPs, which are applicable to coming examination point of latest MTPs, latest RTPs. First prepare well all the questions relating to MTPs and RTPs. Very important in examination. So it may take at least 2 hours for preparation of MTPs, RTPs. The remaining 15 hours will be allocated to preparation of chapters. Okay. So next one. So these are the points relating to preparation. So it is better to prepare. Don't go to the main material because it's a lengthy. So it is better to prepare fast track material. Prefer only fast track material instead of main. And the next one, latest RTP and the latest. So 1 hour for RTPs, 1 hour important in examination. Next one, important, most important, another thing is solve the problems and prepare the problems relating to latest amendment. Okay. Amendment related provisions, amendment related problems are very important in. Don't neglect. For example, in house property header, problem relating to DLOP is an amendment concept. A problem relating to co-ownership. So just like that, don't neglect the amendments. Amendment related problems are very important in exam. Okay. In each chapter, prepare at least one problem relating. Okay. So these are the important information. And next one, these are the priority for preparation of chapters. So it is better to prepare first priority questions. It is better to prepare first priority question. Then if you have a time, then go to the second. If you have a time, go to third priority. If you don't have sufficient time to prepare third priority question, then it may ignore. Better to ignore. So first and second priority is very important. So what are the questions involved in each and every chapter in first priority and second priority, third priority, given below in detailed manner in tabular form. These are the table. This is the table related to priority of and priority of chapters also. This table contains chapter wise priority and questions wise. First column is a chapter wise priority. Second, third, fourth column is a questions wise priority. So please read this table carefully. Okay. So my suggestion is I will give you some general suggestions to the students. First one is, while preparing income tax subject, first prepare after MTPs, RTPs, amendment related questions. It is better to prepare first small chapter because it's having very less time to preparation of such chapter, but very much helpful in examination point of. For example, let us take an example. Set off and carry forward is a small chapter. It's a matter of 30 minutes for preparation of this chapter. Please solve at least 4 to 5 problems from this chapter. But in examination point, there is a compulsory question from this chapter in each and every, at least 4 marks to 8 marks. So don't neglect set off and carry forward chapter, but at examination point, we will start the most important. And prepare first priority question, then go to second priority. If you have a time, then go to third priority. Okay. And the next one is very important chapter in examination point. TDS and TDS. Every attempt must contain at least one question from 90% problematic. 90% problem vastundi. So otherwise, sometimes there may be a possibility. Okay. So TDS TCS chapter is one of the important chapter in examination point of view. It's also a triple star chapter. Don't neglect set off and carry forward and TDS. Okay. Next one, Residential status. Residential status also, it's also a small chapter, but examination point of view, each and every exam contains at least one question from. Please prepare. And there was an valuable amendments in recent times in residential status. I think they may prefer this chapter in exam. Most important chapter. Okay. Next one, deductions. Deductions is also another important chapter, but don't prepare the problems from deductions because there is no exclusive problem from deductions chapter in examination point of. This chapter is helpful while solving the other problems, just like total income, etc. So deductions will help to solve other problems and prepare first priority sections, very important sections. If you have time, then go to second priority. Okay. So deductions chapter 6 year deduction is also one of the important chapter in examination point of. But don't expect separate problem from this chapter in examination. It participate while solving other problems. Okay. So one of the important. Next one, total income. As usual, total income is most important in examination point of view because your examination paper contains first question itself relating to total. Question 1, which is relating to total income, having 14 marks. The weightage of this problem, 14 marks. It's a mandatory problem, compulsory, no choice. So total income is very important in examination point of. So total income does not contain any theory part. So it is better to prepare at least 10 problems from this chapter. So that too, it is better to prepare lengthy problems and complicated problems from this chapter, at least 10 problems. Prepared thoroughly, very important in examination point. Thus, first problem itself relating to total income contains 14. There is no choice. The compulsory problem. And prepare heads of incomes. House property, also a small head of income. There may be a possibility of problem from this chapter. So prepare, spend at least 30 minutes to 45 minutes for preparation. Only prepare the problem to solve the problem. Okay. Then capital gain, salaries, capital gain, other sources. So clubbing is also PGBP. Next, clubbing is also a small chapter, very small chapter. Examination point of view, which is also an important chapter. Exam paper may contains one problem from clubbing chapter also. So it is better to prepare clubbing chapter. So don't prepare theory part, only prepare how to solve problems related. At least 2 to 3 problems. Okay. Next, return of income. Return of income, prepare this chapter only for theory part. So there is no possibility problem from this chapter in examination. So there may be a possibility. Okay. Next, introduction to income tax. Just prepare tax rates. Introduction chapter. So the important topic is tax rate. Prepare tax rates and 115 BAC optional section. It is better to prepare once a section of 115 BAC. Okay, optional tax, assessee definition, and exception to. These 3 topics are important in introduction chapter. Just in a matter of 15 minutes, don't spend much time for preparation. Exempted incomes. Prepare A category only, which is very important. Problems related to 10A. Special economic zone related problem, very important in a few. So next, advanced tax. So if you don't have a time, it is better to complete this chapter. Next, miscellaneous topics. Miscellaneous topics, there are some important topics are there, like composite activity, tea, coffee, rubber, important topic. Don't neglect that. The topic is very important in examination. Composite activities, tea, coffee, rubber. Okay. Last one, I will give you some general information to the students. First one is, while preparing the income tax project, don't solve the problem in written, because the available time is very less. Don't solve the problem in written. Okay, please read the problem carefully. Please observe the solution. Okay, next one, revise the summary of the each and every. That's the sufficient. And the next general introduction, section numbers. Number of students are having doubts about this point. So, sir, is it mandatory to write section number? So, I will give you the information about quoting of section number. Section number is not mandatory in intermediate level. Don't write. Okay. So, write if you know perfectly. Otherwise, ignore. So, if you want to write anything instead of section number, then you should write as per income tax. Last sentence, as per income. This is the perfect sentence. You can write this sentence instead of section. That's it. Okay. Intermediate level, sections not mandate. Section numbers, quoting of section number not mandate. Okay. So next one is, while solving the problematic part, put the heading perfectly. Put the heading perfect. So heading contains the details of assessee name, assessment computation name, and assessment. So the heading contains these details compulsory. Okay. So I will give you example relating to heading. For example, if you want to solve the problem relating to total income of Mr. X, so put the heading computation of total income of Mr. X for the assessment year 21-20. That's it. The same heading will follow to other chapters also, subject to some changes. If you want to solve the problem relating to PGBP, then put the heading as computation of PGBP of so and so person for the assessment year 21-20. Put the heading perfect. So that is one of the. And one more general instruction is, solve the problem and write the problem in tabular form. It is better to write. It is better to present the problem in tabular form. So just open a table, particulars, rupee. Write the problem into the table. So that is the perfect presentation. So I think it is better to solve the problem. So then you will get 100%. Okay. So you may get full marks for such question if you write the if you solve that problem perfectly. That means put the heading perfectly and present the problem. And one more important, write note points. Each problem, try to write at least 2 to 3 notes. In case of total income problem, try to write at least 5 to 6 notes or assumption or working or forming part answer. Very important. So these are the general instructions while solving the problem. Okay, students. Okay, students, all the best to all of you.